Hello guys, welcome to this webinar. I'm going to teach about support and resistance, the basics. So first and foremost, let me write here, support and resistance. Because many a times, most traders don't know how to identify levels of support. So let me just draw these two lines here. So what I'm going to do is, with these two lines that I have here, let me do this. I'm going to term the top one as my level of resistance and the bottom one as my level of support. Let me just get a box around here. And my level of resistance, a support, sorry. Let me get, change the colors here. For resistance, I will make the resistance box red, you know? Okay, so what do you basically find at levels of resistance? Okay, what you should look out for at levels of resistance is selling options. Before we get into this, resistance is formed when market creates a new high and can't break above that high. For instance, candles move in this way. Candles move going either up down, up, again, down, and this goes on and on and on and on and on. And just finish with this, and up. Okay, now let me add this up so it looks tidy. Okay. So now this is how market moves. Up, down, up, down, up. Right? Now, anytime market fails to break this structure here, this level here, market is at a level of resistance. So let's say resistance is blocking price from going above, right? And support is breaking price from going all the way through to the bottom, right? So any structure that holds price in place at the bottom is known as a support. And any structure that holds price above is known as a resistance. So you can see price was at a support, price went up, couldn't break this red line here. What happened? Price decided to go back down. Couldn't break here. What happened? Price went back up. It repeats itself till it finally what? Breaks. Right? We will get into this later. For now, let's just bring price back down here. Okay. Now, which candles do you need to look out for at levels of support that tell you to buy? And which candles do you need to look out for at levels of resistance that tell you to sell? Before I get into that, let me just write down here. Okay, let me just put this up here for resistance. And I'm going to write something for support. So at levels of support, what you need to find is a bull candle, bullish, long, or buy. Now, buy simply means bull. Bull means buy, right? So if someone says, I'm going long, long means buy at a level of support. The same way if someone says at a level of resistance that price is going short or price is bearish, you know that price is what? In a downtrend, price is selling. So at levels of support, look for buying candles. At levels of resistance, look for selling candles. Now, let me get an arrow that will actually also help with direction. So at levels of support, this is what you're doing, right? Let me get that green. Let me get the arrow green. Perfect. And at levels of resistance, this is what price is doing. Perfect. So this thing here will repeat itself over and over and over again till it breaks a particular level. Now, which candles tell you to buy at levels of support? I'm going to do this. Let me just draw this nice candle here. This is at a level of support. Make it a little bit shorter. Good. Bring it down. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, we have this one here. Let me move this. Okay, we have this one here. Good. Let me draw a second one again. We have small red, big green, right? At a level of support. And another one I'm going to draw would be so either one of these candles, either this or that, right? Either a small red, big green, or a big red, small green. Not forgetting the wicks, eh? The drawing part is very, very scary. Bear in mind, all the candles here have wicks. Due to time, we can't draw it all in. But let me try to draw everything in. Let's go with the last one. For the other candles, I might not draw the wicks in, just to save time. But just so you have a rough idea. Okay. So at levels of support, this is what you should be looking out for. At levels of support, you need to look out for either this or all this. right? So it's either this candle or that at a level of support. Also, at levels of support, you can also look out for this candle here. Candles of the same body size found at a level of support. If you see this, candles of the same body size found at a level of support, it also means something, right? Now I'm going to tell you the names of this candle. Then we proceed to our level of resistance. Now, this candle here, let's just call this candle here, let me just bring it here. And this candle is called Bullish. Let me just do this. Engulfing. Or engulfing going long. That's the name. Let me reduce the size because it's too big, because we're still going to add more. I think 10 is okay. You can see this. Okay. The one here, we're going to call this one here. This is a harami. That's a harami. Harami going long, or bullish harami, right? That's a harami going long. Then you call this one here call this guy here a double bottom. So if you see any of these candles at a level of support, it means you must what? It means price is going where? Price is going up. If you see any of these candles at a level of support, it means that the third candle, price is going up. What is the third candle? Let's count. 1, 2. The third one is the confirmation candle. So if you happen to see this and that at a level of support, the third one should be a buy. Now, let us try and identify what we just learned here before we proceed to levels of resistance. Then I'll end this video. At a level of support here, what do I see? How do I identify my level of support? A support is always found at the bottom, right? You can see support is always found here. Let me just do this. So this represents a support, right? Good. So a support is always found here. Here. Price will go up, come down. If price is retracing down, it comes down to a level of where? Support. Let's see if it's true. Price went up, price came down. This is a level of where? Support. So At this level of support, what are you looking out for? You're looking out to buy. Why must you buy? Look out for the candle. Small red, big green. Small red, big green. At a level of support, it means buy. So this is your confirmation. This is your confirmation candle, which confirms a buy. This is your entry. You buy on this candle here. Let's find more. Price went all the way up. Price came down. It opened next to it. Small red, big green. This is above. This is below. Right? So this one here is below this high. This at the bottom is known as your level of support. What do you see there? Small red, big green. The same thing. Small red, big green. You buy on the third candle. Many a times you will not see small red, big green. Many a times you can even see this. See, price came down. Big red, small green. At a level of support, what do? Buy. Big red, small green. You understand? Good. So the list goes on. You can see countless levels of support where price tends to leave a recent high and comes low. Small red, big green. If you bought, you'll still be in profit. So that is for your levels of support. Now let us tackle levels of resistance. At levels of resistance is where market reaches its peak. If it can't break above it, then you know that that is a strong level of resistance. Price is being rejected. Anytime it goes up, it gets rejected, it turns down. Once it gets rejected, then you know that is a level of resistance, right? So how do you identify levels of resistance or candles that tell you to sell? Very, very easy. Same rule applies. You have, at levels of resistance, you have this candle formation. That's one. All these candles tell you to sell, right? Okay. We also have, which one again? Let's see. Sorry. At levels of resistance, we also have, sorry, let me click here. And lastly, you have this here. Okay. So at levels of resistance, the same rules apply. What do you see here? You see small green, big red, big green, small red, and candles of the same body size. They open and close at the same exact space, right? What do you call these candles? Very, very easy. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. They can come in various sizes, right? There are some instances they may be even bigger than this or smaller than this. The only difference is when you find this at a level of resistance, this double top at a level of resistance, the first candle is green, the second one is red, meaning you're going to sell at a level of resistance. It's easy. Whereas if you find it at a level of support, the first candle is red, the second candle is green, vice versa. So let me name them for you so you can jot them down. This guy here is known as a double top. This other guy here is the opposite of what we just said for this guy. So it's going to be what? Harami going where? Short. Good. And what about the last guy? The last guy here is known as what? Bearish Engulfing or engulfing going short. So whenever you see this guy at a level of resistance, it means sell. Wherever you see this guy at a level of resistance, it means sell. Wherever you see this guy at a level of resistance, it means sell. Let us see. This is a level of resistance here. Price moved from the low, went up. New candle opened next to it. Let's take here. Price went up, new candle opened next to it. At a level of resistance, small green, big red. Small green, big red. Bearish engulfing. If you sold, you are in profit. Price came down, price went up again. The same candles of the same body size at a level of resistance, right? What was that? A double top. It means sell. If you sold, you are in profit, right? It goes on and on and on and on. At a level of resistance, you saw a big green candle, small red. What does it mean? Harami going short. It means sell, profit. At a level of support now, because price came down, you saw candles with the same body size, right? That is what? A double bottom, meaning price is going to go where? Up. So if you follow this pattern here, you would understand how price moves. You take your sell options at levels of resistance, your buy options at levels of support. There is a lot to it, but this is just the basics that you should understand. Okay, let us go into the chart and let's see if we can identify more. This is a level of support. What do you see? Small red, big green, which means what? Buy. You've made money. A level of resistance. Big green, small red, meaning sell. Money made. Level of support. Small red, big green, buy. So there is a lot that you can learn from this. I want you to make a quick note of this. If it means you pausing the video to take a picture and making your own footnote out of this, is going to be very, very helpful. So you should know that anytime you see any of these candles here, it means that price is going up. And if you see any of these candles here, it means that price is going where? Down. So if you should spot any of these ones at a level of resistance, you know what to do. If you should spot any of these guys at a level of support, you know what to do. I'll end the video here. If you have any questions, kindly send me a private message so I reply. Also, I want you to open any chat, identify levels of support and resistance, and send me pictures of short videos of what you see. Another way for you to also mark out your supports for a longer period is simple. Once you see price going up to its peak, put a horizontal line there, right? I have one here. Try and find more. Price came down here, stopped here. Okay, you put another line here, right? You look to your left, you look to the past. Guess what happened? Price came down to a support and bounced off the support, right? Price went up to this peak. You can also put a line there. So basically, this filters out your support and resistance. You can basically know that, okay, fine, whenever I draw this in future, it might run through. So price might break or might choose to bounce off my levels that I've placed. It is very, very easy. I will explain more into detail how to draw your support and resistance lines in the next video. Do enjoy this and send me an email or a private message. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.